Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a little trip in the Clarity. We're going to do a 90-mile round trip, and we're going to show you what kind of EV and electric EV range and gas mileage we get in this Honda Clarity. Now let's check out and see what kind of battery charge we got and what kind of mileage we got left here. Let's get in the car and get this thing started up. See what we got here. Okay, the car is starting. Okay, the odometer is set to 0, which I have that set every time that we charge the battery. It sets to 0. And there's my EV range is 55.1 with a HV range of 144. Total 199 miles. Fuel gauge is showing right here. A little under half a tank, which is probably 3 gallons. And then EV range over here is completely charged. We travel this road often. It's stop and go, a lot of stoplights. It's right in the sweet spot of the Clarity. And right now the temperature range in Florida is really mild, so we don't have to use the air conditioner or the heater. So we are good to go. Well guys, we're heading out of town in electric mode, EV mode. Of course, the odometer is showing 199.9 miles to the gallon. We've gone 2 miles. I'll be updating that and showing you how it goes down on the way over and how it goes up on the way back. So we are leaving town now. It's a beautiful morning on the Caloosahatchee River. It'd be nice to be out there in a boat. Sun's coming up, shining on the water. Sure, there's a little bit of glare there, but it is pretty out today. So now that we are pulling out of town, we're going to be switching over to HV mode, hybrid mode, so we can use a little bit of gasoline. Yeah, somebody washed their windshield and got some squirt on us. Okay, switching over to HV mode. We are now in HV. We've gone 7 miles. This is what we're looking at. 47-mile EV range with 143 on gas combined. So we will follow up with this next trip. Now guys, we're going 54 miles an hour, and we can see this little circle right here. It means the engine is locked in. We're also charging the battery. We're running on gas, but we are in overdrive. I never knew about this gear until the transmission man posted his teardown on the transmission and how it works. And I've never seen that little circle there, but now I know what it is. We are locked into overdrive. And let me take a look at the dash here. We're down to 125 miles a gallon. We've only gone 11 miles, but switching it into HV mode, we are burning some gas. So as you see, it's dropping. We got 122 miles to the gallon, and we'll catch you on the follow. So right now, guys, we are running on in the electric mode, even though we're in HV. It switches back and forth as the computer decides what it needs to do. Now we're running on gas, and now we got lockup with overdrive. We're charging the battery, and we are locked up in 0.8 overdrive mode. So something I haven't talked about before driving the Clarity, it's kind of just become a routine, but there is paddle shifters on the steering wheel right here for deceleration. So when you come up to a light and you see you've got a long way to coast, you give it a few clicks. I usually click it 4 times. Now if you're in sport mode, it will stay in that mode, but if you're not in sport mode, it will release after a few seconds. So let's see if we catch this light up here. It's red right now, and it'll probably turn green, but we're going to start coasting. So we're going to hit sport 2, 3, 4. Now on the cluster, the light changed, we're going to accelerate, but you can build a little bit of range, not much. I think probably coasting you get maybe 3/10 of a mile. So you add that up at a few stops and you might gain a mile just in regen. Of course, we're on flat ground and Florida's all flat. So there's a lot of stop and go for regen, but it doesn't add up to a whole bunch. And now we're gonna hit a red light and we're gonna give it 4 clicks and we are charging the battery. Charging the battery on regen. So we went from 47-mile range to 48-mile range. We gained a little bit there, guys. Well, guys, we have come into town. We're heading towards our destination. So at this point is where I usually switch back to EV mode because we have a lot of stoplights, stop and go. We still have our full range. The EV charge is 100% full. We're looking at 46 EV range, and we're down to 110 on the gas hybrid mode. So at this stop sign, you can see we got 73.7 miles per gallon, and we've gone 39.3 miles. We're going to be switching over to EV mode right now. We have reached our destination, which we have gone 42.4 miles, and we are starting to build miles per gallon again. We're going up. We got 79.5, and on our EV range we have dropped from 47 down to 43, and we got 110 miles HB range. Now on the way back it'll all be EV mostly it should be about 100%. So our miles per gallon will be going up, and we'll catch you on the next one. We are going to be leaving the beautiful town of Naples. There's my beautiful wife getting ready for the journey home. And we came to Pueblo de Dios. So let's see how this trip is going to work out on the way home. So right now we're climbing, we're at 98.8 miles per gallon, and we are running on electric. 31-mile electric range left, with 110 miles left on hybrid range. So now we're looking at 123.8 miles per gallon. Guys, how do you like to drive a car where you get more miles per gallon as you drive? Of course, it's combined electric and gas, but it gives you a good feeling. So we are less than 20 miles from home. We have 20 miles left EV range and 110. Now sometimes that'll work out and sometimes that won't work out. So we'll have to see if we have enough to make it all the way home, because it's just about 20 miles to home. We're just about ready to cross the Caloosahatchee into town. Right now we're looking at 147.8 miles per gallon, 6 miles left of electric range, and we still have 110 miles of EV range. So let's see what the Caloosahatchee looks like today, this afternoon. Well, a little choppy out there today, a little overcast. Pull back in the driveway. We got 84.8 miles total on the trip. We are looking at 2 miles left on the EV range, and I think I started out with 55. The car's only rated at 47. Sometimes I get up to 60 and 61. So we got 110 miles left on gas and HV combined, and we are looking at 158.9 miles to the gallon. We have 2 bars left on the EV range over here, 2 bars left, and we're still looking at probably a third of the tank right here. Sorry about the glare. Now we're going to switch over here, and we're going to, let me turn the AC, the air blower, off. We're going to go back to here, and we're going to go to information, and then we're going to check trip computer. So the trip computer shows current drive, previous drive was 79.5. So we had 79.5. Let's check my history. So most of the time I drive an EV, so it added up 973 miles at 199.9. That's as good as it gets. It doesn't go past 199.9. So you can see these trips, 400 miles at 125 miles per gallon and 181 miles at 66 miles per gallon. So I can tell you that I'm very pleased with this vehicle. It is a nice riding vehicle, quiet, smooth, and it cranks out the mileage. It really does a good job, guys. I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.